Today, exactly 3 months ago, we were walking up this path with our suitcase in a brand new country, what we know basically nothing of. And we came here with our suitcases. This video is about our thoughts of this 3 months we are living here. And breaking news about Sadie on the end of this video.
A family rooted deep, forced to flee. With faith in God, they crossed to be free. Now thriving strong, where hope still grows. Proof that life can bloom wherever it goes.
Alright, here are all three of us, and when we were 10 days in, we were 10 days here, me and Eileen, we walked this same park, and we told you about our experience of 10 days. Today it is 3 months. Now this 3 months, it feels like almost 3 years or maybe a year, because a lot of things happened. You see there, this is a little park and there's the people playing, what is it, basketball.
Yes.
Basketball. And in the meantime, it is spring now. So the whole environment did change a bit. It's much greener, and Raleigh is really a nice place. For you who follow our videos, you will know that this is a beautiful place. So yeah, we're just gonna talk today about 3 months in. A question that is on everyone's lips. Are we happy? Do we want to go back to South Africa?
No.
The answer is definitely no. Okay, let me just show you a little bit. We did not have a lot of rain yet, so this pond
It's a little dry.
it must still get some water. And we are going over a little bridge here. So we're gonna sit here and talk a little bit. Just talk about our journey. So in this 3 months, it really feels like years. Because like I said, sometimes it felt like we are in a movie, we are watching a movie and we are inside the movie. Because so many things is happening. A lot of things happened. I'm just gonna turn the camera here a bit, that you can just see where we are. We are under a little bench where we can sit now down. Really a beautiful place. This Raleigh is full of beautiful places. Eileen, come sit this side. So omdraai, hoe lyk dit?
Kyk, gou saam met my sien. Ja, dit is beter. My hart. Jo.
Ja, dat sal nader sit. Ons sal met doodstil sit. Okay, we have to sit still because this bench is a little bit wobbly and then the camera is doing this. So, yeah, I will just stress again, when you come here the first time, watch the videos. Watch our videos. Take that time. Watch Colonel White. Watch Lily van die Plaas. Professor J. Mornay Botha. That's 3 channels. 4 channels, yeah. That 4 channels. Remember, this is your life. The more information you can get, the better. And this is where you can get the truth, not the false information you will get on other platforms or even mainstream media is a no-go. They even asked me to have interview with them, and I told them, sorry, no, I cannot trust you. So I didn't do it. And well, I can say it is really a roller coaster. This 3 months it was up and down, and we have a lot of high points, and we little. I cannot say we had very down points. I will lie if I do that, because our agency done what they were supposed to do. We are signed off now for the first 3 months. When you come here, there's a program, and remember now, all the agencies is working different, and it is different from states. Now it seems like the agency we were at is financial wise, they don't help you a lot, but they are very good to get your SSN, your the social security number, your EID, and to book your medicals. They are good in that, and they also support to find work.
Yeah.
So we will talk about finding work as well. But the main thing is, when you come here, you have all that stress what you had before you come here, especially for waiting for tickets in South Africa. That was my hardest thing, to wait for that. And yeah, Tinas, can you see yourself here in the video?
I can. Half of my face.
Because you know everything is approved now, or even me and Eileen, up until now, we did not get that approval letter, but some of you guys get. We just got the flight tickets. But anyway, so all that stress is on you, and now you get onto the aeroplane. You fly for all that hours. So when you land here and you get your apartment, and we talk now about, we don't talk about the 1%, I would say, that land up in bad places. The normal things that happens, as I listen to the WhatsApp groups what we are in with people that is in America, the majority is landing in a good place, okay apartment. I mean, you're not gonna get luxury stuff. You are here to start a whole complete life over. So we were very fortunate that we got our house we got, and we're still very happy in it. We are really happy. And so the initial program is late. You come for 3 months, they give you that $2,000 per head for the 3 months, not for every month, for the 3 months. That is the support we had. So then, depending on in what countries you are, what states you are, and what your agencies offer, there is other additional programs that can help you. Like you can do, there's different ones, and I'm not good with them. I don't know all of them. But there's...
Matching Ground is one of them for other agencies. Our agency didn't give us Matching Ground.
Now, what is the Matching Ground?
After your 3 months is over and you're not working, they still help you to pay your rent and the power or gas or whatever there is.
Okay, so there is programs that, let me start then there. When you're here, the first week or two, it is pressing for social security numbers, EIDs, and medical appointments, that your medical is registered. Your place where you stay, you sign normally for a year. You sign a lease, it is your responsibility. But they will help you with that. Initial money you get, they will help pay you for the first and the second month. Then that money is finished.
Can I interrupt a little bit? No, I forgot. I will remember maybe later.
Okay, so that is why I always say, try and get a job that you can start working at least by the second month. That is helping a lot. We are 3 months in, it's only Tinas who's working.
Yeah.
So in a situation like us, like where we are three, when one person work, you can become
Self-sufficient.
you can become self-sufficient from the government supply, not supply,
Support.
from the government. So you can become insufficient, self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient.
Right. You can become self-sufficient after 2 months when one person is working. That is possible. Because that is why it is so important. We had to get used to the food banks. And I know when you are not used to receive, like in South Africa and a lot of us, our Afrikaner nation, I know we are very proud. We don't want to receive. We would rather give. And so it's very hard to receive, to learn how to receive. But you have to do it. The food banks are a very, it's a lifeline here. And the food banks got nothing to do with the government help. It is the community help. There's normally in every city here in America, there's a lot of food banks. There's different ones, and you can work out which ones is working the best for you and which ones is easier to get to. Because some of them are very far from you. I know the agencies is trying to place us where there is public support, public transport. Like in our case, there was buses. Buses is available. That help a lot to move around. We got a year free bus passes in Raleigh, in the Triangle area.
Yes.
So that helps a lot. And then there is some closed banks also. And that is why Google become your friend. Because you have to reach out. The agencies, they might give you information where to find them, but you can find it on internet as well. Just Google. 99% of us can know how to use internet, so use that and you will find them. And so other thing that is important when you come here is to be proactive. The first week, as I say, you can relax. Relax that first week.
Try to relax.
I know it's not easy. Try to relax and see what's going on around you, because there's a lot of little things that is different. There's a lot of things that's different that's working here, and all that little things is caught up to you. And I would say here, when you are about 3 months in, it's starting to work on you. Okay, I want you to talk.
I remember
also.
what I forgot here just now. Our case is totally different from other cases. Sometimes I get the expression, if I read the comments, that you think you're going to be the same here, but it's not. Even the other refugees who were with us here, they are with the same agency. They are treated differently. Not bad, but just differently, because it depends on your personality. And that's all. So yeah, that is... just remember, we share our lives with you guys, and we like to do it, and we enjoy to do it, and read every comment. We really appreciate it. And then I also want to thank you for all the viewers and subscribers. We appreciate what you've done for us, the prayers you say for us, and it is really, it lifts us up. Because sometimes you get a little bit down. Sometimes you're longing to your people in South Africa. I'm not longing back to South Africa self, but I longing to my family there. My daughter and my son-in-law and my brothers and sisters and their kids. So yeah, we get sometimes down here. but it is because you're longing. It's not because it's difficult here, because it's not difficult. It is sometimes is I know everyone say here is a lot of work in America. Yes, that's true. Here is a lot of work. But if you want to do your skill work, then it's a little difficult to get your into your skill. It's not you're gonna step into it. Okay, it can happen. It could happen. But yeah, sometimes not.
I just want to interrupt there. Like me, for example, I am specialized in plastic welding. That is the career I've been doing in South Africa. But here in Riley, the research triangle area, there isn't any need for plastic welders. So I am unable to find work in my
Skill.
skill direction or area that I was in South Africa. That is why I took the first job I was offered, and that's where I've been working since.
Yes. So yeah, I was 2 weeks here, and then I've got work, but I still don't work. We name it in the previous videos because of the difficult for its background checking. When that is done, because it took 3 weeks or longer, I think it took longer than 3 weeks. Then I had to go to doctors to get a TB test and a drug test, and that takes time. And then I have to do fingerprinting. So that to get into a government post
Position.
position looks like it's a little bit different than what is you can get by Walmart or the place Tinas get work. So yeah, it's I still waiting. I now wait for them to give me a date when I have to start working. So I still waiting. And it's 3 months now after that. So yeah, sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not difficult. But that happened to us. That happens to Baron. He is also skilled and he really wants to go in his skilled position. So it's difficult to get into that because um, I get the expression that the people in America doesn't know all of the refugee programs, so they don't know how to handle the situation with the refugees, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. But it's not overcome. You can overcome that. Just get a opportunity. So yeah, and then I want to thank all the people who sent us um, packages and didn't write your name or we don't know where it came from. You know who you are. We want to thank you out of the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate what you've done, what you sent. Um, the Lord is amazing. It's really amazing. And He bless us so much. Even after all the blessings we put on video, we don't want to do it anymore because we don't want. Sometimes some of the people said we want to brag, and that's not what we want to do. But there is people who send us stuff and they don't put their names on, and we really want to thank you guys out of the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you guys, every one of you, and we like of we try to comment on every comment on YouTube. We sometimes we are late, sometimes it's we don't. So we do our best to get to you all, to let you know we read every comment of you, and we don't skip of you, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, I can say the 3 months we are here, it's for me it's still a blessing. As much as I long to my people in South Africa, it's still a blessing to be here. It's still nice to walk in parks. It's still nice to went to a store and buy stuff and you don't have to be afraid and look over your shoulder. I know there's places in South Africa you don't have to do that, but most of the places you have to do that. In our town where we live, we have to do it. We have to be careful when you move in the public. But here you don't have to. We still enjoy it. the weather is now hotter than in the beginning, we still love that. Summer, I hear summer starts on June, the 1st June. So then we will experience the heat and the humidity and all that stuff. But so far, every minute of our lives, we were here. We enjoy it and we love it here. And I know in America there is other states is also beautiful. People loves it there where they are, and so yeah, Raleigh is just the Lord want us here. He put us here, and we enjoy it really a lot here.
Okay, so I'm gonna react on some of the comments and what Eileen said now. Because of the YouTube channel, we were very blessed with material things that people sent us. Now you might think, yeah, I've got nothing. I don't have a video channel and people who can send me stuff. You can really make it if you come here with a little bit of money. If you have money, it is much more convenient because it's inconvenient to come here and you don't have money. But you can make it. We've got some families here who also come with a little bit of money. And they are doing it. They are getting through. With us that is so blessed, it's just easier. It's really easier. We've got basically a full house. Eileen's got a kitchen now that is now better equipped than the one we had in South Africa. So, but that is not stuff
That's material stuff.
you can get around without it.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's just easier. So when you come here and you are what you call it, dedicated. If you come here and you are dedicated and you do your stuff, you will do it. Try and get in the 2 months work, like I said, and then take it from there. That's what I tried, or I was hesitating because I wanted that job by Caterpillar. Then it didn't work out on the end, and I wasted a lot of time.
Yes.
Now I'm telling it to you, let you don't make the same mistake. Don't make that mistake. The moment you have your SSN and your EAD, just
Start
fall
looking
in
for work.
and work.
Apply.
Apply for works and take the first one you can get if it is in your range with your buses and your stuff, because that is where the big thing is coming in.
And also important is if you can get your CV personally to a business, do it personally because they see you, and then that open a door for you maybe. If you apply online, they don't see you; they only see your CV or your resume. Your resume.
You're just another resume in the pile.
Yes, yes. So when you go and you walk in and you give your resume, then they see you, and then they might like what they see, and then it opens doors for you. So don't apply only online. Go out and in person give your resume for them, so they can see, and that is also important.
Yeah, that is where it's applicable because you cannot go to all the companies.
Yes.
I tried it and then they stopped me. Even at the reception, they stop me and say, apply online. And then it feels like I can do something. But anyway, some of them let you through and some not. But to give in personally your resume, you've got much more success. That's what I experienced firsthand. So, yeah, and I think we must start and catch up, close this video. We just wanted to talk about a little bit of 3 months in.
And let you know, we are not, wat is spijt in Engels?
We're not reject.
We not regret it.
We don't
Great, there we go.
we don't regret
We
it.
don't regret it. We're still happy and we still ongoing good. But the longings, that is my part. it takes a lot of me, but I survive because I know the Lord is with us. He gives me the strength to move on.
Back to the work. Everything is a process.
Yeah.
When you apply for a job, remember that job is gonna close, got a closing date. So they will wait until the closing date.
After the closing time.
After the closing date, they will process it. Then they will come maybe back to you. How many weeks went past in that time? That's why the best is just go for it. There is opportunities here, like we said, but go for it. Apply and try and go yourself.
Don't stop. Don't
Physically.
get mismoedig,
But that is one,
Discouraged.
discouraged.
I would say, in our experience so far, the biggest thing here was when we enter the job seeking phase. Because everything is running in phases as you come here. Now, the job seeking phase can be also
Stressful.
stressful. But yeah, I know our South African ons volk.
Nation.
I know our South African nation. I know we can do it. We don't go lie easily, and we can do it. So it is possible. And as we sit here from 3 months in, we don't regret it. We only see some more
Opportunities.
opportunities and just more ways to go forward. Tinus, how do you feel of you the only one as a youngster now? You're the one who provide for
for your
our
parents.
There is some, how should I put this? Currently, I'm neutral about it because I've gone through my emotional phases and now I've accepted it. But in the start, it was like, yes, I'm the one providing now. In South Africa, I couldn't do it. Now I'm able to with my salary. Then came the first payment of the house, and it's like, oh, I think I made a mistake with the money. I don't think I'm going to be able to pay the next month's
Rent.
rent. There we go. But it ended up working out that I am able to. So it's new for me to manage the money in certain ways now that I'm the only one bringing in the money. But otherwise, it's like any other job you do. You go to work, you work your hours, you come back, you eat, sleep, whatever you do at night, and then you just repeat the day again. So I was able to quickly adapt to it. Currently, I'm comfortable with providing. I have no issues with that. I've worked out the kinks in my budgeting that I had. Yeah, otherwise, I'm just happy I'm able to do it.
Okay, and you as a youngster, how do you
Experience.
experience it? What would you say more or less? I know you're not a very outgoing person, but maybe you can tell the other youngsters who's coming in. Maybe you have them some. You can give them some.
I
Advice.
don't
Advice.
understand what as a youngster experiencing what. Like, be more specific with me, please.
How to adapt.
Adapt
In a new
your
environment.
Circumstances.
I've
The English
been-
environment.
I've been to different countries before, so the adaptation for me is very easy. If I have my computer, I have a comfortable bubble where I can go to unwind, relax, process the day, that type of stuff. Where for someone that's outgoing, they won't have that because of whatever reasons. So each person adapts to the situation on their own ways. I have found that going out sometimes, that was before I was working, to the social events, just leaving the house, going out, exploring the place around you helps to adapt to your immediate situation. But after I started working, it's like I don't really want to leave the house because now my normal personal time got reduced by 12 hours a day. That is an estimate of how long I work each day. Just due to the nature of my work, it takes time, so we work later than normally. But then I don't want to leave anymore. I have my computer to keep me busy. I would prefer going to work, going home, going to work, going home 5 times a day, 5 times a week, and then staying at home during Saturday and Sunday.
And some Saturdays you also work.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
But if there's, like, for example, yesterday there was, it's on the, yes, yesterday there was 2 options: to go with a museum if it wasn't raining, art exhibit. I'm not particularly interested in art, so I said, okay, if it doesn't rain and you go to an art exhibit, I'll stay at home. But if it rains and you go to the Comic Con, which is indoors, I would go with you because my interest is in that area. So it really depends on where your interest lies. To try to keep your interest going, it helps you to fit in, find people similar to you, and to adapt to your current situation.
And now you speak more than normal.
Yeah.
That
But,
is a lot.
What Tinas is referring now, and I want to follow up on that. Here in Raleigh, I already told you that if you watch my previous videos. But here in Raleigh, when we came here, Kunrad and Ashley, they took us out that first Saturday to do something in the city. And we realized how much it helped us mentally. It helped us very, very much. So from there on, we decided, some of us in the group, we decided we're going to try and have some function every Saturday. Because it is so important that South Africans comes together and you can just encourage each other. And that is how you start to learn your city also, the place where you are in. So that is what we're currently doing, and that is what Tinas was referring to. Every Saturday we arrange something else.
Most Saturdays.
Most
Yes,
Saturdays, yeah. If we rain out, we rain out. And it's for those who wants to come.
Yeah, there's people who don't want to go, so that's sad. It's
especially-
your personality. If you want to go, then you go. If you don't want to,
Especially if you work. If you work,
Then
then
it's difficult.
it's more difficult to join us.
yes.
But it's always nice to be with people. We had this Saturday a new guy coming up. He was actually here quite a few weeks already, and we did not know about him. And when we knew about him, we tell him, meet us Saturday by this place,
And
and
he
he
came.
came. And he was really impressed to be with other South Africans. So that is why I always say, don't go sit in your flat and be alone. It's not necessary. When you come from South Africa, try and get hold of Lily van die Plaas, and she will connect you to WhatsApp groups in your area where you are going. So when you know where you are going, try and do that. Other tip I want to tell you, when you are on the aeroplane, find out who is going to you on the same city and take their telephone numbers.
Yes.
Because when you land, it's not to say you're going to be at the same agency.
Yeah.
You're going to be split and you will not see each other again. You know, you don't have contact numbers then. That is what happened to us and the other family that was with us on the plane. So afterwards we could have, no, luckily we exchanged numbers.
Yes.
All right. For you who wants to come, I just want to say it's not easy, but it's doable. And you will invest in your own life when you come here. Because you will not be so much in danger. There is some people of us that is in little pockets in South Africa and they think they are safe. You make a mistake. Try and not put your your head like a false trace in the ground, because South Africa is not a good place. And there's people who tell me I mustn't talk so bad about South Africa. I'm just talking the truth. I cannot deny it. Cannot look away from it. But if you decide to come, it's not for everyone to come. That I understand, and that is like that. We need some people to stay behind. And if it's for you, if you have courage, you can do it. There's no problem. Even if you are my age, I'm 60, Eileen is 58, Tinus is 29. That is our ages. I'm telling it like this because a lot of in the comments they ask us.
How old we are.
When I was in South Africa, me and Eileen, we decided we will start a new life. I said, even if I lose everything I have, I will start a new life, because the way we lived in South Africa, among the businesses, there where you can work, the people, they treat you like trash. I cannot put it differently. The companies treat you like trash
Not all
because
of the companies.
most of them, in my profession, most of them, because they know you will not leave your work. They can step on you, they can treat you the way they want, and they know you will not leave your company because there's no other job you can have. Here it is different. Even if I don't have a job here already, I can see the opportunities. It will not be long, and me and Eileen, we will work. It's just, I was aiming at least on 3 months. Actually, I was aiming on 2 months. We have to work, and it did not happen like that. And in this video, there's various reasons what we give why it is. And I hope this will help you, that you don't make the mistakes we made, and that you can become quicker in the game. It is like that, that in 2 weeks, when you land it here, actually, you can start working the day when you land here, because you got your that AED in the passport they stamp on you. Problem is, the companies, most of them, they don't know about it and they don't want to approve it. That's why you need to get your AED. And if you can get already a job from South Africa, you can start working the day when you landed here. That is all possible. It's possible to start working in 2 weeks. The moment you got your EAD, or your EAD, or even if you have a company who recognize your stamp in your passport. Oh, well, yeah. And then, Tinus, I've got another question for you. A lot of people ask you, how is the Americans treat us? Now, you are the one who get more
To do with them.
would get more to do with, I would say, real Americans. Because when you move as a refugee, you move among a lot of other countries' people. You're not still real into the straight Americans. What would you say? How is your experience with them?
So far, all of them treated me like a normal person. Um, I've met Americans that know of other South Africans that are friends with them and so on. And then when they hear I'm from South Africa, oh yeah, I've met this South African and so on and so on. Others are surprised, like why did I come from South Africa? They don't know about the program. Um, then I've had my first encounter with a liberal 2-3 weeks ago. He didn't treat me personally any different, but he was very much like we are currently about South Africa. Like he doesn't like the government and so on. When you meet such people, it's best to try to avoid talking about the government. He's pleasant to talk with, have conversations with when it's other topics. But the moment it comes to the government, he starts getting
Aggressive.
negative, anti-government almost. So that was my first encounter with a liberal person, and that's the only advice I think I'll be able to give you. Otherwise, the normal American that you meet, he treats you like a normal person. It doesn't matter what color your skin is or your accent. Of course, when you start
They love
talking,
our accents.
when you start talking, they realize you aren't an American. That's when they ask where are you from. Some guess where we are from. We've had people guessing we are from Russia. People guessed we are from Australia or Britain. There was one other outlier. I can't remember which country it was that they guessed us as. But when you say we are from South Africa, they are like, oh, okay, and they leave it at that. Um,
Yeah, and a lot of them, they don't even know about the refugee program. Uh, and there is also questions that people say, yeah, you've got a stigma behind you because you are a refugee. A lot of these people don't even know about it.
Yeah.
They will only know about it when you tell them about it. So what we normally do is we say
immigrated.
we immigrated, and then eventually, if you have a longer conversation, you cannot get away by it by saying, yeah, we came with the refugee program. And like Tina said, now I also encountered, but I think I did tell it in one of the videos, and we encountered a Uber driver. The moment he realized we came from with the Trump administration's program, his mouth was blowing up, and he didn't want to even to talk to me further on. He completely ignored me. So that
You
is
get people
that
like
is
that.
like that, but it's
But it
very
depends
very
on are you going to take
rare.
an offense or what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, it's very rare. They really don't even they don't really care, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more when they start to know you more personally, what they would start care and ask you more stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in general, we talked a lot now about our people in South Africa. It's more for you. The Americans, I want to talk to you also. You let's listening. Please comment in the comments and say you are from America and your experience, what you think of when you see the videos. What do you think? I had one comment where someone said he wasn't really happy with his government, with the American at souls, not only for the Trump administration, but when he heard the video, some of our videos, he started realizing what does he have. Because America compared with South Africa, yeah, it's much, much better here. You don't want to complain about America.
And we have to say the American people is very friendly, really.
Yeah, you
and
are
they
friendly.
are very, very helpful. They want to help. It's not that they don't want to help. They want to help. They don't want you to suffer. They want to help you to get on your feet. They are not jealous about you. So yeah, they are really, really people who care, who wants to get you in better situations.
Yeah, when they hear, especially us, when they hear us talking, they immediately know we're not from America, and they will help you as far as they can. They will go out of the way. If you want to ask where is the toilets, then immediately they know you are not from South
they
Africa.
would say toilets, and then
America,
you realize restrooms.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
toilets.
Because for you it's restrooms. And when they realize that, they will not just explain you go there and then they will take you there.
Yeah, they will take you
You see,
there.
that is the difference.
They will, even if you don't know the money, they will explain the money to you. Because what do you call it?
The coins, yeah.
The
coins.
coins. We don't know the coins.
The coins
because-
don't have numbers on
Yeah,
them.
so we don't know. And then they will teach you somewhere like there's a queue behind you. They don't worry about it. They want to teach you about everything. They
And then like me,
they're eager to let you feel more comfortable.
and when I walked there, that teaching went in here and there out. Because the coins, you cannot even go on the sizes.
Yeah.
So if you are interested, go Google the coins of America, and you will see the coins is not even from small to big in order.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is just some of the little funny things we have to adapt to and learn them. In general, you Americans, you are very friendly and
Yes.
helpful, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
And we are so grateful that we
Yes.
have the opportunity to come here
Be in your country.
to start our lives over
Yeah.
for a life we do not have in South Africa.
Yes.
That there's only death that were waiting for us there. So yeah, that is that. I hope this video helped a lot.
And then just something that I've realized while working. In South Africa, we are used to the sun coming up at around
Yeah.
6
Yes.
and going down at around 6. Here it comes up at around 5:30, and it goes down at 9.
Yes.
Well, it's starting to go down at 9.
Because now it's summer here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's like 4 or 5 hours longer than we are used to.
Yeah.
And I've only realized that after I started working, where it's like, oh, it's already 7 o'clock, but it's PM, but it's still sun out. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be that late. So, yeah.
And another thing, your people, my direction in Raleigh, the sun is coming up the wrong way and it's going down the wrong way. I still struggle with my direction. Where is north, where is south, where is east, and where is west? So
You've
yeah,
never been good with it to begin with.
I know I wasn't, but yes, but now it's more terrible than ever.
But in South Africa, you know where the sun come up and where it goes down.
Yeah.
And here it's not the same.
It's totally the opposite.
I cannot tell you how it is here, but it's not. You
You
cannot
have
go
to
according to
experience
that.
yourself.
Yeah. There's a lot of different little stuff. I'm busy with a video like that, but it's taking time to show you all the little different things there is in America. And but on the end, it is real worth it to be here.
Thank you very much. A heart for everyone. We love you guys and enjoy.
Yeah. All right.
See you in
Cheerio.
the next video.
Cheerio and out. Sadie is coming to USA. She's gonna be a USA little
Citizen.
doggy.
Little doggy, yeah. We are so excited for that. Thank you for everyone who support and who donate everything for Sadie's Come. We appreciate it. We don't have enough words to say thank you, except only thank you guys. You made it possible. And nobody else but you do. And we love you for that. And thank you that you care so much that even for a little dog. That is precious for us. That is, I'm actually very emotional.
Yeah. Thank you for all your prayers
Yes.
and all the donations we got. Sadie's got the fundraising. You will see it on here. The fundraising went very well and the money is there. And Sadie already have a flight ticket
Yes.
or a flight date, however you can say it.
Yeah.
So again, thank you very, very much, all of you.
I pray that the Lord bless every one of you who donate, and even the viewers and the subscribers on our channel, and even on the Red's channel as well. We just want to thank you very much for everything you did.
Okay.